only two positions in fantasy football that you start one player at in your lineup every week. What positions? QB? Superflex league, maybe? Then you have tight end. Tight end is an interesting one, unless you have Brock Bowers and Trey McBride, and you're trying to lose your league with a bully tight end strategy. Now, bully tight end does work sometimes in best ball. Also, round 3 tight end with round 7 tight end also works paired up too. It's a whole different story. But tight ends this year that can clutch up for you, break fantasy football, and win your league. A bunch of guys that will run the numbers this season. They're being too undervalued in ADP, and you should draft them as often as you can. We got 6 or 7 names to cover today. Let's get into it. We head to the first look at the tight end rankings on FlockFantasy.com. We got number 1 on the list for me is Tyler Warren. Tyler Warren's ADP is so low. In fact, a lot of these tight ends have very low ADPs. You can win your league in round 10, round 11, round 12 this year. Round 10, Tyler Warren, ADP of 129. Rookie phenom, top 15 NFL draft capital, goes to the worst offense in the league, the Indianapolis Colts. Colts offense, think about it. JT, Michael Pittman, Josh Downs, Alec Pierce. Alec Pierce got 800 yards, 8 touchdowns, underrated. The quarterback sucks. That's the only reason they stink is because their quarterback stinks. Danny Dimes, paid $14 million a year. Anthony Richardson, I can't really hype him up besides his legs, right? But Tyler Warren is potentially going to be the number 1 receiver in that offense. Now, I don't think that's the case. I personally think that Pittman, if he's healthy, can be good. I think Josh Downs will take another step up. I think Downs will average 14, 15 points a game. I think Pittman can average that if healthy. I think Tyler Warren, the first half of the year, he might start off slow. Let's be honest. My favorite strategy this year is actually pairing up a young rookie tight end, Warren Loveland, with one of the older veteran ones, Njoku and Tucker Kraft. We'll talk about most of these guys. But Tyler Warren, let's think about this. Rushing upside, he rushed the ball at Penn State a lot. His prospect profile is very good, and I think he's going to be an immediate, we all know he's going to be an immediate starter. Listen, the other tight ends on the Colts in 2024 had 75 targets. Maybe it's either 75 catches, 75 targets. I probably should have looked. They're trash. Mo Alley Cox, Granson, a bunch of bums you've never heard of. If they were getting them involved, what do you think they're going to do and scrape for Tyler Warren, one of the best values in drafts? Number 2, we have 7 names, is Tucker Kraft. Again, pair them up. Go Tucker Kraft, start him early in the season, and chase the upside with Warren late. It's the best strategy in your drafts. Tucker Kraft breaks out in 2024. Oh, it's Luke Musgrave's team. Luke Musgrave is going to be Musgrave, he's hurt. And guess what? Injuries happen, and comebacks don't always happen. Musgrave, he lost his chance. Kraft looked explosive. Kraft, look at the efficiency. 2.63 yards per out run, 10 yards per target. Now, the reason Tucker Kraft didn't break fantasy like Brock Bowers was the target share, the volume. The Packers were a low passing volume offense. They spread the ball out a lot. And so Tucker Kraft just wasn't getting as many targets as somebody from a different team. So the effectiveness is very much there for Tucker Kraft. It's also the same thing for Jaden Reed, but we're not talking about Jaden Reed here. If Tucker Kraft can get some more passing volume, which I'm not going to say he's going to, which is why it's a bit concerning, but Tucker Kraft has all the makings to be an explosive, fantasy football relevant, fantasy football impactful tight end. 9.6 points per game in 2024. I think he comes out this year and averages about 11. And 11's not great, but if you're pairing him up with somebody with higher upside, 11 points per game is serviceable. You're talking about like tight end 10, tight end 9. And he's going off draft boards a lot lower than that as of right now. Let's pull it up. Oh man, I'm choking. I don't have the draft sheet. Wham bam. He's probably like tight end 13. So he's a very good option. Number 3 is Sam Laporta. Laporta is going off draft boards in the 5th, 6th round with an ADP of 64. He disappointed a lot of people. He was going in round 3 in 2024. Disappointed a lot of people. Tight end 3 finish. Now he's tight end 9 in 2024 after the rookie year. So he disappointed a lot of people, lost a lot of people a lot of money, which is the only reason I think that his value dropped. Like, I get he finished as the tight end 9 in 2024, but if we did a deeper dive on this and we looked at how this guy actually finished the final couple of weeks, let's not look at the entire season where I get he was a tight end 9 finisher. Let's take a look at what Sam Laporta did on the back half of the season, because he caught steam, he caught fire, he got hot. Now, Laporta is getting drafted as the tight end 4, but it's a bit different when he's getting drafted at 30 picks later than the tight end 3. Now, let's look at the second half, weeks 8 to 18, so even wider than the second half. Finishes is actually, instead of 11 points per game, he was at 13 points per game. 13 points per game for a tight end at the 5th, 6th round, ADP of 65 isn't that bad. So I'm in on Laporta this season at price. I think there's 4 4 tight ends, you walk away your draft, you're like, man, I got a good tight end. You got Bowers, you got Kittle, you got McBride, and you got Laporta. Anybody else? In my opinion, you're like, especially in the dusty range of Travis Kelce, of Njoku. Njoku's actually not bad, but we'll talk about that in a different video, concerns and stuff. But if we take a look, like Evan Ingram, Mark Andrews, Kelce, Hawkinson, not the same level of talent and upside as the top 4 names this year. Name number 4 is Kyle Pitts. He's got the buzz, right? Michael Penix says, oh, me and Pitts, we're going to be insane. Pitts obviously brushed off whatever injury scare he had earlier in the offseason. And Kyle Pitts is poised for a bigger role. His target share was down, man, 13.9%. Like, that's not good. He was very bad. His rookie season, don't forget, he did have 1,000 receiving yards. He was a very elite, like the best tight end prospect coming into the draft class a couple of years back, comparable to Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers is insane. Pitts is not insane. Now, Pitts was actually on Shannon Sharp and Chad Johnson's podcast, and he was saying, listen, man, I'm coming back. I'm healthier than ever. And listen, when you're like me, and you're like, listen, Kyle Pitts is a good draft pick, ADP of 142. You feel that? Bam, the mousetrap got me. I get it. It's like a mousetrap. Bam, put your hand on the hot stove. I get it. And if you don't want to take Pitts, that's fine, but you're taking him with a round 12 pick. So you're not investing that much at all. So even if you have to drop him, you'll be able to add a streaming tight end instantly. And you should be taking Pitts as your tight end too, which is why I love Kyle Pitts' value. Speaking of streaming tight ends, this is somebody that's going undrafted. It's a tight end ADP of 216 currently. Mason Taylor. I could care less about this guy's prospect profile. I could care less. Oh, he's the best of all. Who cares? The Jets have one guy, Garrett Wilson. Their number 2 receiver is Breece Hall. Allen Lazard, Josh Reynolds, Arian Smith, who can't catch. Mason Taylor is going to be the guy that runs 10 yards downfield. And since Fields can't throw it more than 10 yards, Mason Taylor is going to have to be involved because they trade Tyler Conklin, so they have no tight end besides Mason Taylor. Monitor him in preseason. He could fly up rankings. Name number 6 is Zach Ertz, who has an ADP of 167, currently ranked as probably like the tight end like 16, I'd imagine. He actually finished as the tight end 10 in 2024. His touchdown rate was pretty good. He had about 1 touchdown every 2 games, a little less than that. But Zach Ertz was very, very good in 2024, and he signs a 1-year, potentially final year, deal contract in 2025. So he's chasing glory. And with Jaden Daniels going into year 2, tougher schedule, more passing volume, I think Ertz is going to be just fine and repeat his success. Then you have Jonnu Smith. Let's go back to the rankings, because Jonnu Smith, we got to take a look at what Jonnu did in 2024. So Jonnu Smith is falling down rankings crazily. His ADP on ESPN is 168. He's getting drafted after Kyle Pitts, and he just had 13 points per game and finishes a tight end 5, something Kyle Pitts has never come close to. So Jonnu Smith, he's got paired up with Freiermuth. The reports from Pittsburgh is that they're running 4 tight end sets with Jonnu Smith in the backfield. The math ain't mathing. But when you're getting the tight end 5 and you're getting him as the tight end 17, 18, 19, it's too good to pass up. Those are 7 tight ends poised to break fantasy football in 2025 and win your league. Smash like and subscribe button, really help the channel out. Thanks for watching.